Specific mental illnesses. The most common forms of mental illness, paying social attention to those that generally affects students. Anxiety disorders. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a term which describes a normal feeling people experience when faced with threat or danger, or when stressed. When people become anxious, they typically feel upset, uncomfortable, and tense, and may experience many physical symptoms such as stomach upset, shaking, and headaches. Feelings of anxiety are caused by experiences of life, such as a new relationship, a new job or school, illness, or an accident. Feeling anxious is appropriate in these situations, and usually we feel anxious for only a limited time. These feelings are not regarded as clinical anxiety but are a part of everyday life. What are anxiety disorders? The anxiety disorders are a group of illnesses, each characterized by persistent feelings of intense anxiety. There are feelings of continual or extreme discomfort and tension, and may include panic attacks. People are likely to be diagnosed with an anxiety disorder when their level of anxiety and feelings of panic are so extreme that they significantly interfere with daily life and stop them from doing what they want to do. This is what characterizes an anxiety disorder as more than normal feelings of anxiety. The main types of anxiety disorders are agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is a fear of being in places or situations from which it may be difficult or embarrassing to get away, or a fear that help might be unavailable in the event of having a panic attack or panic symptoms. People with agoraphobia most commonly experience fear in a cluster of situations: in supermarkets and department stores, crowded places of all kinds, confined spaces, public transport, elevators, highways, and heights. People experiences agoraphobia may find comfort in the company of a safe person or object. This may be a spouse, friend, pet, or a medicine carried with them. Panic disorder with or without agoraphobia. People with this disorder experience panic attacks in situations where most people would not be afraid, such as at home, walking in the park, or going to a movie. These attacks occur spontaneously, come on rapidly over a few minutes, and go away slowly. Usually they last about 10 to 15 minutes. The attacks are accompanied by all of the unpleasant physical symptoms of anxiety, with a fear that the attack may lead to death or a total loss of control. It is because of this that some people start to experience a fear of going to places where panic attacks may occur and of being in places where help is not at hand. In addition to panic attacks and agoraphobia symptoms, people with panic disorder also worry about having another panic attack. Specific phobias. Everyone has some mild irrational fears, but phobias are intense fears about particular objects or situations which, which interfere with our lives. These might include fear of heights, water, dogs, closed spaces, snakes, or spiders. Someone with a specific phobia is fine when the fear object is not present. However, when faced with the fear object or situation, the person can become highly anxious and experience a panic attack. People affected by phobias can go to great lengths to avoid situations which would force them to comfort the object or situation which they fear. Social phobia, also called social anxiety disorder. Every person experiences social phobia at some point in their lifetime. People with social phobia fear that others will judge everything they do in a negative way, and they feel easily embarrassed in most social situations. They believe they may be considered to be flawed or worthless if any sign of poor performance is detected. They cope by either trying to do everything perfectly, limiting what they are doing in front of others, especially eating, drinking, speaking, or writing, or withdrawing gradually from contact with others. They will often experience panic symptoms in social situations and will avoid many situations where they feel observed by others, such as in stores, movie theaters, public speaking, and social events. Obsessive compulsive disorder. This disorder involves intrusive unwanted thoughts, obsessions, and the performance of elaborate rituals, compulsions, in an attempt to control or banish the persistent thoughts to avoid feelings of unease. The rituals are usually time consuming and seriously interfere with everyday life. For example, people may be constantly driven to wash their hands or continually return home to check that the door is locked or that the oven is turned off. Oven is turned off. People with this disorder are often acutely embarrassed about their difficulties and keep it a secret, even from their families. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Some people who have experienced major trauma such as war, torture, hurricanes, earthquakes, accidents, or personal violence may continue to feel terror long after the event is over. They may experience nightmares or flashbacks for years. The flashbacks are often brought about by triggers related to the experience. Bipolar mood disorder. Bipolar mood disorder is the new name for what was called manic depressive illness. The new name is used as it better describes the extreme mood swings from depression and sadness to elation and excitement that people with this illness experience. People with bipolar mood disorder experience recurrent episodes of depressed and elated overjoyed moods. Both can be mild to severe. What are the symptoms of bipolar mood disorder? Mania. Common symptoms include varying degrees of the following: elevated mood. The person feels extremely high, happy, and full of energy. The experience is often described as feeling on top of the world and being invincible. Increased energy and overactivity, reduced need for sleep, Irritability. The person may easily and frequently get angry and irritable with people who disagree or dismiss their sometimes unrealistic plans of ideas. Rapid thinking and speech. Thoughts are more rapid than usual. This can lead to the person speaking quickly and jumping from subject to subject. Lack of inhibitions. This can be the result of the person's reduced ability to foresee the consequences of their actions. For example, spending large amounts of money buying things they don't really need. Grandiose plans and beliefs. It is common for people experiencing mania to believe that they are usually talented or gifted or, or kings, movie stars, or political leaders. It is common for religious beliefs to intensify or for people with this illness to believe they are an important religious figure. Lack of insight. A person experiencing mania may understand that other people see their ideas and actions as inappropriate, reckless, or irrational. However, they are unlikely to recognize the behavior as inappropriate in themselves.